I'll be with you in 1 second. We're just loading the presentation for everyone tonight.
I'm just gonna, oh, sorry, my drop down menu. I'm looking for my drop down menu. It's not appearing on the screen. Ah, great. I'm just gonna stop the video. I press it. Okay. Right. Right.
Okay.
So. Okay. Let's get.
So I think we're nearly ready to start. So welcome everyone tonight. Myself and Jacqueline will be doing the presentation. We're going to quickly go through the presentation. First of all, could people just sort of indicate whether they're existing members or whether they're here for the first time seeing the presentation? If you're an existing member, just can you pop 1 in the chat? Then we know who's existing members. Hans is an existing member. Okay. Judith, first time here, but she's an existing member. Shahida, existing member, fantastic. I think we'll probably find that there's a lot of people here who are already existing members. You may, and you will have probably seen this presentation before. We are going to go through the presentation. We're probably going to do it slightly different, sort of condense it a little bit, because what we want to do is we want to allow you to ask questions and answers, and we're going to go over some of the exciting things that are happening with NEEW, which we've all so eagerly been waiting for, and the future, and what we've all got to look forward to in the future. So while we're doing the presentation, if anybody has got any questions, please pop them either in the chat, or there is a questions and answers that you can actually go in as well, and we'll make sure that we cover everything you know, to help everyone. So I'm going to hand you over to Jacqueline now, and I shall speak to you in a bit.
Great, thank you, Gail. Welcome everyone this evening. Gail Popkin and myself, Jacqueline Burrows, are here with you this evening, and we're very, very happy to have you here. Those of you who've seen the presentation before, are welcome to you as per usual. And if anybody does pop in who we don't know, who may be on Facebook, who is new and seeing it for the first time, we welcome you as well. Today, I'm representing the Academy of the Private Investor, and I'm sure that you will enjoy the presentation and what we're going to talk about the new economic evolution of the world. So, as we've got on here, we're going to start now. Academy of the Private Investor, new economic evolution of the world, and we're going to talk to you about study, invest, and prosper. We're going to look at some terms, and we're going to do our compliance and risk disclaimer, which is very important before we start the presentation. EIP, we'll refer to that quite a bit in the presentation, educational informational products, MLCI, multi-level crowd investing, and CRU, which is our CryptoUnit, internal points for tokens. It's a type of digital stock analogy. Please note, we do not sell and do not have a license to sell shares or tokens. All countries have their own rules for the sale of financial products, and we comply with the laws of the country. Most countries allow the sale of information products without a special license. We offer the opportunity to participate in wealth building training, which provides the fundamental principles on which wealth is created and maintained. We do not provide financial or investment consultations, and please do your own due diligence or request confirmation from a licensed accountant or financial advisor in your area for compliance with the requirements in your state and country. So, my name's Jacqueline Burrows. I'm a member of the UK Local Leaders Council. I'm a Master Profi graduate. I'm a new consultant in the new Economic Evolution of the World programme. I'm an entrepreneur, philanthropist, private investor, and I have a background of teaching and mentoring. I've come into NEEW. Those who have seen me before, just very briefly, I came into our organisation via the innovative transport technology interest. My absolute love of sci-fi and all futuristic types of transport and technology. So that's my, that was what led me in. And then obviously this other arm and the future of our currency and the family of what our CEO was trying to form in order to prepare us for what was coming and to ensure that we have multiple streams of income. Well, I was on board for that because I had never been involved in something like this. It was quite amazing, quite fascinating, and to be part of a community, a like-minded community. I've met so many people who become friends, Gail included, along the way, who I would never have known a few years ago, since I joined just over 2 years now. And it's been quite an eye-opener. I've learned a lot of things. And myself not coming from financial background, a background of really nursing and clinical, where I didn't really think about my future, my financial prospects. I think now with the pensions changing and where we're going, I thought it was time that I looked at something that could work for me. And before I go on, I'll just say I've done many of these multi-level marketing type of things, you name it, I've actually touched in it, and it didn't actually satisfy me in very many ways or give me a sustainable income. So now I've turned the corner with our NEW, and I implore you all to take that on board as well. We're going through very exciting times. I'm looking forward to what our future is going to hold together in our community. So the meeting of the program today will be part of the meeting. The first part will be investment thinking, Academy of the Private Investor, and role of financial literacy. Then we go on to the VIP club of a private investor. We love VIP, just the word VIP makes you smile, I think. Growth prospects, bonuses for participants of the club, and global crew portfolio. Multi-level crowd investing, about the MLCI business trainings for partners, and the new economic evolution of the world, NEW, and what it stands for, and the plans of the company. So, Academy of the Private Investor, which is what I've mentioned before. I'll just bring up my icons here. Founded in 2011 by Andre Havrato, our CEO, who's there in the middle of the picture. He had a great vision from many years ago. He came from a background where he understood about financial literacy, but it's amazing that he wanted to reach out to people who did not understand. And he himself, who knew about it, actually had failures in business. So even though he knew, he still had failures in business. So he wanted to cement his learning and actually extend it to people. And his aim and his mission is to try and convert 15% minimum of the world population onto a level of financial literacy. So this academy, which was formed in 2011, became a much bigger concern from 4 years later, where we have a global online portal with 9 years of experience, more than 1.3 million users from over 176 countries. We have teachers in our organization with up to 23 years of experience in finance investment fields. We do practical studies in areas of finance, investment, and personal growth. And we have real case studies, group lessons, and individual coaching and mentoring. We always have coaching lessons and sessions and classes going on in the Academy of Private Investor. So let's look at investment thinking. We use Robert Kiyosaki, not because we know him very well, but because what he uses is quite an interesting quadrant. It's called a cash flow quadrant. And he talks about, in this diagram, about the different types of areas where we are and where our cash is coming from and how our cash flow is working. So for instance, we have employees, you're working, you have a job. So there's plus and minuses to that. You earn a salary, you're paid holiday, sick leave, but then there's no guarantees, as we know what is happening today. Are you worth what your boss says you are? You get set holiday, and you can get fired as well. So nobody's indispensable. So you're depending on that, and it may not be as dependable as you hope. Then we go on to the entrepreneur section, working for yourself. That's a step up, maybe in the right direction, but you have your own job and you are your own boss. You fix your own salary, you determine your worth. The more you work, the more you earn, and no one can fire you, but you have to find your own employees, your own clients. You are on your own. A lot of entrepreneurs will tell you that they have long working hours, even though it's for themselves. There's no paid holiday. You can have a holiday if you want, but you know while you're resting there, you're not earning. And no sick leave. And you, as I said, you have to work for yourself and keep earning. So then we move over to the right-hand side of the quadrant, the businessman. Wow, the businessman, that sounds really amazing. And you own your own business and people work for you. But in our cash flow quadrant, we point out that the pluses are that there are people who have a business will have their own system. Everybody has their own model, as we'll talk about later on in our presentation. People working for you. The bigger the business, the more you earn. The business counts successful when, if you're not around, you're earning money, which is what you want it to be. But at the other side of the coin, you're responsible for the entire company and the people in that company. And if your business is not successful and you lose your business, then what will happen to you and to all the people who are depending on you for their livelihood? At the bottom of the right-hand side of the quadrant, we move over to the investor, where money works for you. And that is when we talk about that, that's money earning and working for you, whether you're sleeping or you're waking. And that is just really where we're trying to educate people where they really need to aim for. So in this category, money works for you, and you know the money game. You have multiple income streams. So we're going to talk about that later on as well. You might own your own business as well, but you can make mistakes and you can potentially lose everything. So you need to really understand why you're doing what you're doing, what you're investing, because because you're an investor doesn't mean to say that everything's going to be all through rose-tinted glasses. You have to know what you're doing and why. So therefore, there are plus and minuses to all categories in this quadrant. But if you look at the below, 10% of the money is owned by 90% of the population, and 90% of the money is owned by 10% of the population. And that's a balance we would like to readdress, because we think it's very important that we readdress that balance. As I'm sure you'll agree, wouldn't it be nice if we saw more than 10% owning 90% of the money? And I think you'll find that with a better distribution of wealth, you might not have as much poverty or discontentment as we have in the world. Robert Kiyosaki also says that when people are leaving school, they don't realize that a very important document we should all be aware of is our financial statement. We get our diplomas, but no one's talking about your financial statement. So when we're leaving our educational establishments, do we know what assets are? Do we know what liabilities are? Do we know what cash flows are? And when we leave, are we going to be aware of that? And how are we going to conduct our finances when we leave? Are we going to always be losing money? And if you're losing money, it is because you didn't learn at school. So the misinformation creates misorientation. And then you don't realize why the harder you're working for money, the poorer you will become. So keep that thought in mind. So here's a financial literacy survey done by a Standard & Poor's global. And the main thing we need to look at is where the financial literacy is very low in adults throughout the world. And the low levels of financial literacy around the world indicate that numeracy and inflation are the most understood concepts. We hear that on the news and on daily financial programs. They talk about inflation quite a lot, but no one's discussing about risk diversification and how we would need to manage our funds if we were investors. And that is the least understood concept in risk diversification. So the survey wants to get an accurate picture of financial literacy around the world. And it's also good to inform organizations that are working. More and more organizations are now trying to help people become more financially literate. So this will give them an idea where to focus and where to help the people who need the help most. We have a solution. So we look at personal growth, investment courses, and business education. So our courses are aimed at self-development, goal setting, planning, improving financial literacy, formation of investment thinking, which is what we said at the beginning, investment thinking, learning different business building methods and strategies. Combining all those together, that will put you on the right path with your financial freedom course. So we have stories of success. Gail is in there, my colleagues from the local leadership council, Gail, Blaze, Mo, Magda, we're all in there with a myriad of many others who all have their success stories. We all have different stories to tell. We've come from different places in our lives, but really when you think about it, we're all trying to achieve the same thing. Isn't that amazing that we're all coming together and we actually want to have financial freedom? So if we think about, there must be something in that if we're all trying to get there. Some people have achieved some levels more than others, and some are still working that way, but they have stories of success because we and you who are already in the program will know that is where we're aiming to go. And of course, your success will be powerful to pass on to other people so they can actually know that this is for real and we actually are doing what we say we are doing, and you will be the product of that success. So your stories and your pictures will be highlighted as well. So now I'm going to hand you over to my fabulous colleague, Mel Popkin, who spoke to you in the beginning. Gail is an amazing leader. I truly respect Gail. She is so dedicated to what she does. She knows so much. She's a real treasure trove of knowledge. And you can ask Gail so many different things, and you can tell she's passionate. We're all passionate as well, but Gail is so passionate about what she does and how she puts her information and her knowledge across. So Gail, I hand the floor over to you.
Sorry about that. I started talking and there was nobody there because I was on silent. So thanks very much for that introduction. My name's Gail Potkin. I am a representative of the local leadership council along with for the UK, along with Jacqueline and my other colleagues who you will see on various other presentations that we do. I'm also a vice president with the NEEW Consumer Community Programme. I'm an educator, private investor, entrepreneur, and more importantly, I used to be a financial advisor, and I say that used to be. Now, I'm not going to go into too much about that, but all I can say is when I was doing my financial advising, I've always liked helping people, and I saw that as helping people. But I did get a bit of a shock when I realized perhaps, you know, people needed the education, the financial education. And it was something as a financial advisor, I could help people, but I could not give them that education that was so lacking. And what Jacqueline's just spoke to you about is how everybody enters into the NEEW Community Partner Programme, which is via the education, okay, because that is very important that we understand what we're actually doing and why we're doing it, and we do have a plan to help us move over to becoming and helping us to become a private investor. Okay, so if you could just move on, Jacqueline, thank you. And once you join the Academy of a Private Investor, you're prompted to have a look at the VIP. Everybody joins now as a VIP. So what is the VIP club? It's like any other club out there where you will be treated as a VIP. You will have discounts on the educational products that we have available. We'll have exclusive offers, and you become part of our CryptoUnit program and its bonuses when you enter the Academy of a Private Investor. And also you'll be able to have additional income streams, and also you're going to be able to take part in monthly meetings which give you all the ins and outs of the business, how it's running and how it's building. And I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about that as we go along. Thank you. So what do we actually teach people? Well, as you can see here, we teach people from the very basics. So we have the beginner courses and we have the higher education courses. And each of those courses takes in a different amount of education. So at the beginning, you'll learn about the 8 rules of a private investor, how you can turn $1, okay, $1 into $1 million for the future, and how you can create the foundations for wealth and prosperity as you go along into the basic. Then we've got the elementary. So really anybody can join the Academy of a Private Investor and know, no matter what their previous education and their previous knowledge of finances, that they're somewhere in there is an education package for everybody where you're going to learn. And believe me, as a financial advisor, I had to go through a number of courses, and you're continually assessed through your education. But some of the things that you're going to learn here, even I thought, oh, they're not going to be able to teach me anything. Oh, how wrong was I? You know what I mean? Because this is teaching you how to personally become a private investor and how to manage your finances. We don't get taught that in school, or we didn't. You know, they are trying to bring it in a little bit more now, which is absolutely fantastic. But most of us who are probably here today have had very little financial education from the traditional education system. So this was a breath of fresh air to me, the fact that now I had something that I could offer people to really help them. So the education is really, really important. If you could just move on. So the education starts from 50 units, which a unit we class as $1, okay? So from 50 units to 10,000 units, okay? And this education is teaching you how to become a private investor and what to, what's the best things to look at, what's out there. And for doing that, you're also gifted a bonus with each package that you purchase. Okay, and each package that you purchase, you're going to be gifted some units, or crew as we call them, which is our CryptoUnit program, which I'll talk to you about in a second, into a global portfolio to become a shareholder, a co-owner in this portfolio. So that's sort of setting you off on your way, and those bonuses are gifted to you when you purchase the education products. Thank you. Just move on. So what is our CryptoUnit program? Well, this started back in March 2019. And prior to that, we had already been doing something where we had one project where people bought the education and they were gifted the shares into this program, which is the innovative transport technology. And that in itself was fantastic. However, the global portfolio encompasses a lot of different sectors of the financial markets, okay? And the CryptoUnit was born from that global portfolio. So in March 2009, this was the start of the CryptoUnit program. And from there, each and every month, we've transitioned from different stages. And in January this year, we actually entered the Ethereum blockchain. But what we realized was that blockchain for our plans, for the future plans of this company, would have not been adequate. It's not slow, it wasn't our own, you know, so we looked at developing our own blockchain. So today we're quite proud to say that we have our own blockchain. It's owned by the portfolio, and it will be used ongoing, and we'll learn more about that as you get more involved with the company. Okay, so we've transitioned during that time, and in March this year we opened our own internal exchange. Now we will be going on a global exchange later in the year. No date has yet been announced, but you just probably need to watch this space, okay? And we have our eventer in October, so that is eventer last year was in India, and you know, you learn an awful lot from that, and you hear a lot of stories. Now this year, because of obviously what's going on in the world, we're going to have an online event. So the online eventer will be on the 1st and 2nd of October, and again in the back offices for existing members. If you go in the back office, you will find lots of news about that, what's happening and times and so forth. Okay, so we're going to hear a lot of news in October on where we're going and what's happening with our CryptoUnit. So if we can just move on. As I spoke before, our portfolio has 20 sectors of the investment markets, and you can see there it encompasses the education that we have, multi-level crowd development sector, which you'll hear about a bit later on, real estate, diamonds, precious metals, gold, diamonds, the agriculture and farming will be coming very soon. We've got the banking sector, stock market, forex, a whole array of investments within our portfolio, hence giving it the security that our CryptoUnit needs on that portfolio. Okay, and these are just a few of the things that we've got in our portfolio. When this portfolio started in 2014, Andre started it with $26,000. In 2020, it's now standing at $477 million. And that is a drop in the ocean to where our portfolio is going to go, and how we will have a lot more things within our portfolio that will give a lot of value to it. We've got the innovative basalt technology. Again, anybody who has heard about basalt will know how it's very eco-friendly. You know, we're a company that look at helping the environment, helping people, and when we bring any technologies into the portfolio, they do just that. Okay, so we're not bringing anything that's going to harm the planet in any way, shape or form. We've got into the film industry, that'll be coming at the end of the year. We've got sushi master restaurants, we've got the gold mines. So not only do we have a 50% holding in all these companies, but in the gold mine, we actually have the holding as well in that, 50% not only in the production of the gold, but also in getting it actually out of the ground, sourcing it, finding where it is, getting it out of the ground, and then into the production as well. And then we've got the trading that you've got with gold. So the whole portfolio, although there's 20 sectors, within those sectors, there's other areas that we're in, which makes a really, really diverse portfolio. And when I was doing my financial advising, it was something that I was not seeing out there. You know, this is quite unique what you're actually seeing today, and quite groundbreaking. If we could just move on. So what does the CryptoUnit provide? It provides co-ownership, and because we are co-owners in the company, if you remember, we purchased the education, we're gifted these units into this global portfolio. So I liken them to a share. So if you think of having a share in one company, that can be a little bit riskier. But what you've got here, you've got co-ownership through these crew, so a bit like a share. And as those that portfolio grows and there's more liquid assets, and when I say liquid assets, those are things that are going to pay an income into the portfolio each and every month, we will receive, like a share has a dividend, we will receive a profit bonus. We're going to call ours a profit bonus. So ours is a digitalized share. So not like your traditional shares where you would get a dividend, we're a digitalized share where you're going to receive a profit bonus. On top of that, for being part of this company and being loyal, as it says, you participate in the monthly loyalty program. If you're a VIP, you get slightly more than if you're just there just passively and you're not really bothered about being in the VIP. We offer regulated and transparent financing. The crew value, the growth will increase along with the assets. So as the assets grow, the more money that comes into the company, percentage goes into the portfolio, percentage goes into our compensation plan. Okay, and the possibility, I think we should change that, because that possibility now is probably going to change, and we will have circulation of crew into global merchandising. In other words, it's going to be out there to the world on a global external exchange that we actually will own. And again, we own the blockchain, which is part of our portfolio. Other companies can come in and use the blockchain, and they would have to pay for that privilege. It belongs to our portfolio, as does the exchange. So we own the exchange, and people coming in using the exchange will have to pay to use the exchange like they do with any other exchange out there. So imagine if you're into crypto already and you understand the likes of Binance, then we are like our own Binance. Okay, so we will own that exchange, and you are a co-owner of that via the global portfolio. Okay, thank you. If you can just move on. So what do we have to do? First of all, you join, it's free free to register, doesn't cost a penny to register. Then you can become a member of the VIP club if you can see the worth that we've been explaining to you and receive bonuses. You choose the right education package for you, and then you take action, and then you're part of this global portfolio as a co-owner. Okay, thank you. Do you want to earn by learning right now? I'm going to pass over to Jacqueline, and Jacqueline is going to explain to you about the multi-level crowd investing part of the business. So over to you, Jacqueline.
Thank you, Gail. Thank you. Right, multi-level crowd investing. So here we have two boxes, you can see, multi-level business and investment business. And the reason we put the both is because we are very unique in that we do multi-level crowd investing, which is an actual combination of the MLM type of business and investment business. So we are the first company to actually merge these two together so that you have the benefits of both, but also some of the things that we're listing here, which I'll go through. So let's look at the multi-level business. Yes, you have accessible training. Home business, for those of you who've done MLM will understand you can work your business from home or wherever you want when you're doing the MLM business. You are your own director. If we think about the cash quadrant, a lot of these things you can refer back to that point as well. Your own employee. Therefore, you have to put the work in. You're responsible for your own business. You work online, unlimited revenue, international business in that you've got the whole global community at your fingertips, fast realization of your dreams. Well, if you've got unlimited revenue and you've got such a huge pool of contacts, then yes, you may be able to realize your dreams quite quickly. And you have the opportunity to earn millions in 12 to 16 months. That's just amazing. So that's the ML multi-level type of business. Then we can look at the investment business. So we have investment consulting training so that you are aware of what investments are, especially if you want to be able to help other people. It's good that you should have a qualification so that you know what you're talking about investments and the science of investing. Investment instruments and co-ownership. And that's where we merging the two, that is really, really quite unique. And Gail spoke about the co-ownership in depth just now. The opportunity to increase your capital quickly, and we're doing this through the global portfolio. And although our CEO is doing this global portfolio for us, the whole point is for us to learn by looking at how this is done, so we can actually branch out as well and understand how we can put those tools and those that knowledge to test for ourselves outside by looking at other types of investment, what we're looking for, why we're looking for that, because we're learning as we are in this education academy. Asset management, and this is what we do as well with our assets, how we're managing them, how we're liquefying them, what we're investing in, what percentage of our portfolio will be for different types of the sectors that we took back, market sectors. And the opportunity to create assets of $1 million in 24 to 60 months. And the prestige of being in a VIP and having all the benefits and the bonuses, those benefits and bonuses are so amazing from our CEO. He puts them there to encourage you to work and to be given those opportunities as a VIP member to actually create more income streams, which is an amazing thing that he is doing for us all. And we have to work with each other and support each other in our community to enjoy this prestige and to benefit from it. So just through our achievements since 2014, I said, well, our global portfolio was 26,000 at the time, and now 477+ million now. We have over 750, many active partners now worldwide. Business operations in 175+ countries. We have 71 achievers in rank in president. I don't know about you, but I don't know any organizations or companies out there that have that many presidents. And it's not because we say, oh, you can only have 1 or 2 or 3. The opportunity is there for you from whatever walk of life you come from. If you want to achieve a rank of president, the opportunity is there for you if you want to do so. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. If you want to become a president in a co-owner business, and it's your business, then the opportunity is there for you and we will support you. We speak 11 languages and we have over 96,398 were paid to networks as a bonus. If you look at that figure, isn't that an amazing figure that can be paid to network bonuses? And it's probably more now, it's gone up. We've achieved more than 1 million registrations over 5 years, and you can see all our figures per month, and that's increasing as we go through our monthly meetings. We know the figures are going up. So stories of success. We had our board of success before. These are a lot of members of our Global Leadership Council who once again have come into the organization, and they've all started not at the top. They've worked their way up to where they are. Some of the names you'll recognize. They're very prominent in the business because of the level that they're at. They're working behind the scenes as well to get our Eventi, the huge organization that we're going to be doing, and look in your back offices to get updates and news. So everyone is really busy. They look all very happy because they've achieved so much in their path to financial freedom, and they are very respectful and very conscientious individuals who want to help other people, and they have huge teams behind them internationally. And we have some more people here as well from different parts of the world on our stories of success. So the advantages of MLCI, multi-level crowd investing business, is that your business is from home and you can be your own boss. You can start your international business from scratch, unlimited earnings potential. So we're just summarizing those two areas that we just looked at just now where we've merged them together. Multiple income streams. In this day and age, it's not a luxury anymore. We have to ensure that we have multiple income streams, and the same principles of the global portfolio. If something happens in the economy in one area of the world, you are buoyed up by the fact that you have something invested somewhere else. So you're constantly riding on top of the storm because you have the multiple income streams. Unique business model, we're the first to do this type of business model, and massive leverage across an entire network. So you have a huge network, a global network of people, and as I said, you're working from home and your time can be arranged as you wish. So once again, just reinforce how to become part of our project. The first thing you have to do is register, verify. We need to know who you are. It cannot be just an unknown entity coming to the business. We use the term KYC, know your customer. We need to know who you are because we are dealing with gifting you types of units, and which will eventually, when we go to the exchange, will become tokens and officially, and you'll be able to trade them in for money. So we need to know that you are who you say you are. And obviously we want you to participate. So go into the back office and choose an EIP which you think will be suitable to you, which will suit your pocket, which will give you the information that you think you want to learn and understand to how to manage your upcoming wealth in new economic evolution of the world and elsewhere that you may have, that you may not have known how to manage that wealth. So if you participate in the EIP and implement the education that you're actually taking on board, and actually see from where you started to where you're going and where you're going to end up, and how it's been, the experience has been for you. So Gail talked about your gifted crew when you come into Academy of Private Investor, and this is what happens all the time with us in this organization. We don't know where the gifts are coming from. They have been continuous since I've been in here. There's always been something, and whether it's we're going to Eventi, whether it's we're learning, whether it's we're buying an EIP, whatever it is, or whether because the organization is doing very well, we are all rewarded. So there's always presence for all the members of the VIP club. And we have the training like we have this evening, and we also have trainings on Thursday. It may be different topics, but it's still all around because there's so much happening in the company. So do look at the billboards, what we have coming, and tune into any of the educational presentations you would like to see. So our mission, we want to make 15% minimum of the world population financially literate. That is a huge task, but we are on our way to achieving this. We are becoming more and more known as we reach out from person to person throughout the world. So the new economic evolution of the world is here, and it is making grounds. And through our mission, we want to be able, as I said earlier on the cash flow quadrant, to redistribute the global wealth. So to readdress this really quite sad and serious imbalance, which is causing a lot of pain and insecurity and sadness and unhappiness throughout the world. So with that, the security and protection will come with the global distribution of your wealth. We'll be able to help others through philanthropy and helping causes and people to step up and to be more able to empower them actually to be able to do things of themselves. It will give prosperity and happiness, which is really important. Money can't buy happiness, but I would feel, and don't you agree, if you didn't have the bills to worry about every week or every month, if you could actually put food on the table, if you could actually say, well, we can help our neighbors or our friends, would that not bring happiness, you having that prosperity? And realization of your dreams. Please keep your dreams alive and think about them and voice them, because it's very important, because if you have dreams, you would want to have them realized. So the 3 pillars which we've crossed, we've ticked on throughout the presentation of the new economic evolution of the world is education. So that puzzle all fits together. I love doing puzzles. So this suits me down to the ground. And there's nothing like a puzzle to keep you wondering and trying to work out where the pieces need to go. So education, and we have co-ownership. So if you just wanted to do the education and benefit from the co-ownership, then that would be your choice, but that we welcome that. But if you also want to build a business, you can do it with whatever job you're doing, or you can do it full-time, or you can do it part-time, but the opportunity is there for you to build a business and earn unlimited income with a global network and be in a like-minded community that will support you to achieve your goals. How is that? That is absolutely amazing, I think. What an opportunity. So we come to this amazing gallery of our partners, our business partners, and they are the Presidential Council. So we've gone from the local leadership to the global leadership council. Now we have the Presidential Council. They didn't all come in as presidents. They worked their way, they joined the business from scratch and worked their way up, but they have worked like Trojans, this team here, to get to where they are. You have Mila, who's the chairperson of the Presidential Council. Petru, I met Petru a couple of years ago, a young man who is extremely successful in this organization. He was then when I met him. Dragos as well, he's doing some of our, involved in one of our global portfolio instruments, and he's in Italy. It's very well known. Andrew from the Australia side, very bubbly, very passionate with all his presentations, and does a lot of work on the Asia Pacific side. Arma Muniek, our partner program president of UAE, he has an amazing story to tell as well, being a luggage porter many years ago, and now a multi-million award person, and received awards for his achievements. Zamila, who's based in Kazakhstan. We have Arvinda, who's from India but based in Italy, and Dr. Lydia, who is the president from India, based in India, and Cam, who does a lot of work from Vietnamese and is the president in the USA. And at the very top on the left, who I haven't left out, is the most important man, Andre Havrato, who is our CEO of our organization, the visionary, the person who had the opportunity to just get on with his life because he knew about financial literacy, as I said earlier, but decided that he couldn't keep it to himself. He had to share his knowledge, his understanding, and to form such, it's amazing how someone has such a vision that you want to help so many people in the world, and look where we've come from and what it is now. And this is all down to his caring, his desire to help, and to be part of this huge heartbeat that is moving across the universe now. So I thank you, Andre, for your vision, for your selfless love, really, because it's for love to help mankind that we're in this position today. So what will be your decision now that we've gone through our presentation this evening? Will your decision be the right decision, the wrong decision? There is no right or wrong. It's whatever you choose to do that will be, that works for you. But will you leave everything as it is, or get financial investment education? So even if you want to just get financial investment education, don't want to do anything else, that is still a step in the right direction. Know what your money needs to do, why you need your money, what you can do with your money. It's better to be in charge than to be someone else to be in charge of you. You have multiple sources of passive income. Would you like to be part of a like-minded community that are very progressive, very ambitious, and want to do amazing things to help other people on this planet? The ability to create assets, to me, that is just amazing. The ability to create. We can all be part of history and creating assets for our organization and among ourselves. And an opportunity to leave a legacy. You can leave a legacy for anybody you want, any cause, any charity, any near one, dear ones, far ones, whatever you want to do. This will be a way of remembering you, your memory living on. And how powerful is that, that somebody can be saying years later, we have this organization because of this person and their generosity and the fact that they wanted to do something for us in our community. And so your legacy will live on. So please think on what we've done, what we've presented to you this evening, and may your decision be the right decision.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you, Jacqueline, for doing most of that presentation this evening. And I just want to just add to that, there is so much more than what we've managed to show you in the last 45 minutes, okay? There is a lot of things happening with this company where we will be making history. So for those of you who are looking to get into a company that is going to be here for the long term and that can offer you what you're looking for, this is what you need to be. For those people who are already members of NEW, I congratulate you for what's to come. Okay, a lot of you have been with the company since early days, and we know that there is going to be some really, really exciting things happening within the company. We're seeing it already. You know, we're seeing where we've got involvement with other companies now. One of them's called Digital Doubles, which is data mining, and there's going to be so much more involvement with that for people, creating another passive income stream for people. If you've not already looked at the data mining, I seriously urge you to have a look at that. Okay, it is something that will help you with your business if that's what you want to do. If you don't want to do it as a business, it's going to help you as well, because you can earn a really nice income from it as well in the future. So everything that we're doing, and that is part of our portfolio, that is just another one of the things, as well as the things that I spoke about and just touched on. So the more that you get, the more you come on these presentations, the more involvement you have, the more you'll start to learn that we have just really, really touched the tip of the iceberg. So I'm going to leave it at that for the presentation tonight. For those of you who want to stop on and we can do some questions and answers, we are happy to do that, because again, we've got some really exciting things happening with the business, and you may have questions about it. We've got the staking part of it. We've got our UNTB, which is our utility token that will be happening in October. So you may want to know how that's going to impact you if you're already in the business. So if you want to pop any questions either into the chat, we're happy to take any questions.
Shall I stop sharing now?
Yeah, you can do, yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
Okay. So has anybody got any questions?
Somebody's got here, I started, is it one and a half months ago, and try to hear and see as much as possible. Must admit it's still a lot. That's Judith.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I understand that, Judith. Judith, don't panic. Don't worry, because everybody's going to be starting at some point along the continuum of where we are. There's people who've been in this from 2014 before we came along. And so anybody who starts still has to catch up with what is happening. And those who have been in, it's been moving very quickly this year as well. So you're not alone. Just whenever you can, just go to your back office, look at all the news that is coming through. I hope you are on some of the chat groups that we have. We have WhatsApp groups and we have Telegram groups. So you can go on there. A lot of information is shared on there, a lot of updates, what people are doing, and you can connect with other people and find out what is happening. And also we post Zooms with any trainings or anything that you want to attend to refresh whatever you think you might like to know. And you can also go to YouTube and look at some of the videos on YouTube. You can type in NEW, you can type in Maria Antonenko, any of the teams, you can type them in, and there'll be quite a lot of videos on YouTube that you can take your time and go through things. So I don't want you to feel that, oh, there's so much to catch up on. Just take your time, and there's time for you to learn and to understand. But just keep on track with the meetings that we have on Saturdays. If you're in the VIP, you'll be in the closed meetings. Otherwise, you'll be in the summary meetings, where we do an overview of all what is happening in the business. And we touch on all what's happening with our portfolios, what's happening around the world with all the different countries, how they're performing. So I would advise that you take part in those meetings as well. I hope that's helpful. Gail, do you want to add anything onto that?
Yeah, somebody's just got another question I've just seen. How long do you pay for your VIP? Okay, as long as you want to benefit from the great benefits from the VIP club. So if I can just sort of go over that again, why it's important to be in the VIP. The choice is yours. It's not compulsory. When you first join the business, yes, you need to come into the VIP club, but it starts off at $10. As you progress in the business and as you, what we call, rank up, yes, it goes up, but the maximum anybody pays, I think, is probably about $100. I'm not quite sure. About $100, something like that. And that's when you're a president of the company. Okay. However, the benefits are that any new programs, any new opportunities that come up, you will be able to be part of those as well. So, for example, and I'm just going to give you these as an example. Within our portfolio, we have currently the global portfolio. And within that portfolio, we've got gold, we've got basalt, we've got data mining, we've got UGain, we've got, which we didn't sort of touch on, but again, we will touch on that probably on, I think probably on Thursday, they may talk about the UGain opportunity. Now, any one of those other projects that we've actually got involved with may become a STO. So what is an STO? An STO is a securitized token. Okay, now only when we go on the global exchange will our accrue points, units, whatever you want to call them, become an STO. And that is groundbreaking, okay, because that means that that token is secured against our portfolio and would be a regulated entity. Okay, so that is the importance of that side of it. So all the other things that we've got within our portfolio could go to become an STO. So for example, you may get the opportunity to buy buy an education package, and instead of having the crew attached to it and gifted to you, you would be gifted the gold or the basalt or whatever other project that we're going to have in our back offices. Now, I know when I first got involved with the global portfolio and the education packages that I bought, I got in very early and was gifted a lot more than somebody joining today. Okay, so it is worth staying part of the VIP so that you can be a part of that as well. Okay, On top of that, our loyalty bonus payment, which we're going to be paid till October 2021, you get a bigger, what we call a coefficient, so a bigger percentage of that will be paid to you as a VIP. At the moment, we have our own internal exchange. You can participate in that till we go to our global exchange. Again, you can only do that if you're a VIP. As a VIP, you can stake your crew tokens. So at the moment, anybody who's had their tokens unblocked is able to stake their crew. And you'll find that by going into your back office under the crew tab, click on portfolio, just scroll down a little bit, and you'll see where it says unlocked crew. Okay, those unlocked crew, everybody needs to be going in. If you're not going to sell them on the internal exchange, which, you know, it's up to you, you've got a choice if you want to sell them for 8-9 cents, or whether you want to wait till they go to $1, $10, $100, whatever. That's your choice. You know, everybody has a choice. But if you're not going to sell them on the internal exchange just yet, if you've got unblocked crew, then please go in and stake them, and stake them for the 24 months. Because come October, when we go onto the global exchange, all your units and any staking in the back office will stop. But if you've got 2.5% that you've put your crew for at that time, so any time between now or prior and the end of September, even if it's on the 28th of September, 29th of September, you'll still be allocated 2.5% additional crew into your portfolio. Once October comes, nobody will be able to buy an education package and be gifted crew. The only way you're going to be able to get hold of crew come October is to go on the global exchange with all the other institutions and traders out there to either buy or sell your crew. Okay, so it's really important that people understand the importance at this moment in time of being part of the VIP club. Moving forward, yes, you can have a choice whether you pay the VIP membership or not, but the thing is you still will be able to participate in other projects which are going to be a part of our education packages, which will be other projects where we're looking to put them into a securitized portfolio. Okay, so really, really important that people understand the importance of staking. Now, when we go to the global exchange in October, or sometime in October, whenever that's going to be, nobody knows the date of that, but when that does happen, you will be able to stake again. Now, this has only come out in the last couple of weeks, and this is really, really, if you've not been on any of the webinars or you've not looked at any of the previous presentations that's been done, I suggest you do, because believe me, this is really exciting. When we're as we are today, we're only getting 1% of our crew unblocked. Okay, every month. Then after 6 months, 1.5%, blah blah blah. That's all changed from October. Once we go on our own blockchain, then all your units will be released, every single one of them. Okay, so if you've got 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, 10 million, whatever amount you've got is all going to be released. Then you have a decision to make. And the decision is, you can either go on the exchange and sell them for silly amounts, and all us will go in and buy them at silly amounts. No, sorry, the traders definitely will go in and buy them at silly amounts, and they'll swallow them up, okay? Or you can wait, because we know that this portfolio, with what's in this portfolio, believe me, this is going to go up in value. We don't know when. We can't say it's going to happen next week, the week after, the following month. We don't know, but we know it's going to go up in value. because of the type of investments that we've got in there. And if you look at what's happening in the world today, when other companies and other shares out there are falling, we're actually increasing in value. And to me, that's pretty special. So when that goes on that global exchange and we're exposed to the world, then those units, tokens, as they will then be called, securitized tokens, securitized on our global portfolio, will go up. We don't know when, we don't know how. Initially, they may go down because some people won't see the value of the worth that a lot of other people do. Okay, so yes, some people will sell them at a lower price. Other people will hang on to them for dear life. And because we're going to hang on to them for dear life, we're going to be staking them again on a monthly basis. Okay, so you're not going to say, I'm going to stake them for the next 3 years. Nobody's been committed to that. But for the next month, I'm going to stake them. And for doing that, you're now going to be given some, what we called our utility token, which is called UNTB. The importance of that utility token is that is based on our blockchain. That is the token of our blockchain, and it's not an STO, it's a utility token. Now, anybody who currently is involved in crypto and may deal with something called Ethereum, okay, when you go to buy Ethereum, say on something called My Ether Wallet, if you want to buy it or sell your Ethereum, you have to pay to do that, and you pay via Ethereum. Now, with us, our unit of exchange, sorry, not unit of exchange, our utility token is UNTB. So anybody who wants to buy and who wants to sell, whether they're a member or whether they're somebody in our on the exchange, a complete outsider, a brand new trader, you know, somebody who's a trader, a financial institution, for them to purchase the crew, they need UNTB to be able to do that. So UNTB will become very sought after, because we can't do anything with, people can't do anything without UNTB. But we're going to be gifted UNTB based on the number of tokens that you hold. Now, they've done a very complex calculation that's based on everybody who's active, 700,000 people, all staking their tokens. So nobody's selling, everybody's staking. And that calculation, if you want to get a pen and paper, you can write this down, is going to be the number of tokens which initially are going to be released, which is just over 7 million. Okay, so 7 million tokens will be released. So the calculation will be whatever tokens that you hold, so crew divided by 1,000 times by 40. Now, it could be more than that, or it could be the 40. Okay, and in the following months, it might be slightly less, or it could be an awful lot more. But those are the amount that you're going to receive every month based on the amount of people staking. So if more people stake 1 month, we'd get slightly less, but if less people stake, then we'll get more. Okay, so that amount of UNTB now will go on the exchange, and people will be able to buy them on the day that it opens at 1 cent. So the 1 cent times that by the amount of UNTB you have now been given or gifted. And that is the monthly amount that if you wanted to sell them for, that you could receive. Now, my question to most people is, yes, you might want to sell some of your crew. Some people might have bills to pay, might have a debt to pay, might want to put it somewhere else. They might want to buy whatever the next education package with the the unit is going to be. So if it was, say, for example, I'm just going to use an example, gold. If it was gold, okay, you might want to sell some to purchase and get into that. You may want it just to treat yourself, whatever. Okay, so if that happens and you sell them, then you won't get as many UNTB, but you've got the ability to do that. And you can wait then, because we need to wait till that crew goes up in value. So whatever amount of crew you've got, we've now, because you've been given UNTB, which again has the ability to go up in value. So I spoke then about it's going to start off at 1 cent. Do the maths. What if it goes to 2 cents, 4 cents, 5, 10, 20 cents? Because at the moment, Ethereum is what, just about $300 and something dollars?
About $342, something.
$342, whatever it is. It's had a bit of a dip.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, it was over $400
right,
10 days ago, $400 and something dollars. But, you know, think of it that way. So even UNTB, you have a choice. You can sell them every month and you're getting an income, or you can hang on to them till they go up in value as well. So the choice that you've got now, which you didn't have a few weeks ago, is absolutely amazing. And I don't think people have realised, I didn't realise at first, I had to really get my head around this, because I thought, wow, this doesn't, what, they're going to give me these tokens and they're going to have a value and I can cash them in and I don't even have to sell my crew. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my God. And on top of that, nothing's changed. We're still getting the loyalty bonus payment. We're still going to get a profit bonus. You know, so as more money comes into the company, you know, the portfolio is going to go up in value. The profit bonus is going to go up in value. You know, to the things that we all spoke about 12 months ago are going to happen. Okay, what we're not going to do is we're not going to give you a time scale on how much that profit bonus is, sort of whenever you're going to get the full amount of that profit bonus, because we don't know. You know, we don't know. It's a bit of an unknown, but we do know it's going to go up. We just don't know how much it's going to go up. And we won't get a better idea of how things are going until, you know, that the exchange opens and everybody seriously starts trading. So everything that I'm talking about and everything to do with that staking and UNTB, when we go onto the global exchange, that is in addition to what we already had and what we're already going to get. Now, can you see why we're so excited? Okay, we've all got smiles on our faces because we've suddenly we've been on all these webinars, we've been finding out the information, and now it's like, oh my God, how exciting is this? You know, and that is with and you know, we're all looking at when the exchange opens and it's all this big thing, but you know what? That is the start of the journey to come. That is the start of the financial freedom. How you decide, what you decide to do when that exchange opens is entirely up to yourselves, you know. But if you've been on these presentations, if you've been listening to what we're saying to you, you know, you might not want to sell them straight away. You might want to hang on a little bit longer and see them go up, because when things become more scarce, when not everybody's selling them, they actually go up in value. Okay, so we can control what happens to a certain degree, you know, when we choose what we want to do. But again, as soon as that, you know, October comes and we're on that exchange, it's entirely up to each individual how they want to take their business forward. So I'm really excited about staking. Jacqueline, have you got anything to say about that? And has anybody got any questions?
Just to say really that when we talked about rich people and the investments, and people want return on investments, and rich people, if you look at rich people's portfolio and a poor person's portfolio will just have their salary, and probably a little slice of the pie will be their pension, and that would be their portfolio, what is happening in their life. Well, rich people have so many slices, like our global portfolio. They'll be invested in insurance, they'll be invested in real estate, they'll be invested in stock, they'll be invested on crypto, all different things. And this crew is becoming like an asset. So we have to understand if we're going to earn UNTB from the crew now becomes almost like the asset, that as it goes up in value, the return on investment, which is our UNTB, which we can sell to traders and keep in our account and make money from, becomes the income that's produced from our asset. And I think that's just crazy that we're now suddenly got an income producing asset that is part of our portfolio, but is separated away because all these other things are going on. That in itself alone is like, so people need to, some people get very frightened and they'll start panicking, but what we need to go back to basics, go back to the drawing board before you do anything. Don't give up your income producing assets, because that's how the wealthy get wealthier. We don't want lots of liabilities and things just sucking all the money out. We want the income, the asset to produce the income. So that's what you can use to do what you need to do. And then you can come back and collect more again and go away and come back and go, oh, this is nice. Another pile waiting for me. And that's what we want you to be able to benefit from. So please think on that with what Gail has said as well this evening.
And I think I've said on other presentations that we've done, you know, nobody wakes up in the morning and thinks, oh God, I wish I had 5 million to spend tomorrow. You know, what would I spend 5 million on? You know, you don't do that. What you do is you wake up and you think, oh my God, am I going to pay the bills this month? How much income am I going to have coming in this month? You know, will I have enough to do what I want to do? You know, and that's the thing. If we can look at things as income, you know, then this is what this company is providing. But it's not just providing a really good income for yourself. What it's doing is providing an income for your children and your children's children. This is a true legacy company that will keep on going and keep on growing. It's going nowhere. In fact, like I said, when October comes, and remember, it's Eventer, so everybody make a note in the diaries, look in your back office, watch out for announcements on the time of the Eventer. You know, everybody's invited. I think it's on the 1st. I don't know what's happening on the other days, but you know, we will. I think there is some training. So yeah, so we'll let you know on that on our presentations. You know, because Eventer is that you will learn where this company's going. Okay, so you're going to find out on that day. You're going to have different news. You're going to have all sorts of information given to you. You're going to hear about the people, how the success stories of those people. It will be a fantastic day. I went to India last year. Did you go, Jacqueline? I wasn't sure. Yeah, Jacqueline went to India last year, you know, and it was absolutely fantastic. You know, fantastic. So don't miss it, because you're gonna hear an awful lot, and it's the beginning of what we've all got to come. Okay, somebody's just asking, what does TNG for? Choice Network. Oh, there we go. Jacqueline's answered it. Yeah. Off you go, Jacqueline.
I'm just typing it away.
Yeah, so basically that was our innovative transport investment technology. It's now on its own site. That just shows you how, if you have got separate units in that, so that's just we'll keep that there, but nothing's happening in there. Okay, nobody funds in there, no money goes in there. It probably, whether we'll keep it when the new website comes, I don't know. None of us really know what the new website's going to look like. But again, that's something else that's on its way for us as well. Okay. Any other questions from anyone?
Can't see anything.
Can't see anything?
No.
Let's have a look. Let me just have a quick look over into the
just Michael's one in there.
Yeah, I'm just having a look in the Facebook group on the live. Yeah, staking, of course, says Alenka. Highly recommended to all. Please keep informed on the staking and the UNTB, learn about it, because wow, is that going to be something else for us all? It is really, really exciting, really exciting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see any other questions. We've done an hour and a quarter tonight, which I think is pretty amazing, because don't forget this Saturday, for those people who are able to go into the closed meeting, so that's anybody who I think, is it 1,000 units?
Yes, I think it's 1,000 units or
more.
I think it's that.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's,
You'll
have an invite anyway.
Yeah, if you're in the VIP,
if you're in the VIP. So if you've got an invite, be on the closed meeting. Andre will be on, usually is on Saturday. I'm not sure of the time. Have you got a time for that yet, Jacqueline? I've not seen the time.
No, I haven't seen the time yet.
Yeah, keep your eye on your back office. Yeah, this is another thing, everyone. Please start going into your back office every day, sometimes twice a day at the moment. There's an awful lot happening. There's a lot of information in there. Jump onto the data mining. You know, that will explode your business, and it will also give you a passive income as well. That is just another something else we've got in our portfolio that can give you a separate income in addition to everything that we're talking about. So really have a look at the data mining. I didn't use LinkedIn. I had a LinkedIn account, and I think I had about 500 connections on LinkedIn, you know, and within what, I can't remember how long I've been in it, 5-6 weeks, I've got over 2,000 people now, connections, and it's building and building day on day. You know, am I talking to all those people at the moment? No, physically I can't, but we're building up a data, a mega brain of people, okay, and we've got over 1.2 million, I think it is now.
Over a million.
Something like 1.2 million just from data mining alone, okay, who will be our potential business partners. They may want to buy something that we've got on offer, okay. So that in itself is an amazing opportunity. And you gain, you know, when you go onto the official YouTube channel for NEW and pick up some of the YouGain presentations, what that's all about, because again, that is something else that's going to go into our portfolio. And remember, all these things that are growing our portfolio, and you are a co-owner in them. You know, if you hold Crew, you are a co-owner in these companies, and I don't know of any other company out there that's doing this. Okay, Yasmin.
Her hand was raised, so I just said, does she have a question? But I don't think she does. I think she might have done it by
accident. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I think we've done. We could go on all night, but we won't.
Oh.
We won't go on all night, even though we're really excited.
Yeah.
Okay, so thanks, Jacqueline. You did a great job of the presentation tonight. Yes, and thank you all.
Yeah.
And congratulations to each and every one of you. And I'm so excited for every single person's future, what we've got here.
Absolutely.
Really excited. So absolutely. Congratulations to you all. Yeah. And there is another presentation, I think, tomorrow. So yes. Watch out for that.
It's going to be a surprise.
It's going to be a surprise from Mo. Yeah. We'll have the pleasure of Mo with a surprise meeting. Watch out for the link for that. And then on Thursday, there'll be another presentation. So watch out for that, because there might be more questions and answers and exciting things. Okay. So see you all again probably next Tuesday.
Yeah, great. Thank you everybody for your comments. I can't type fast enough now.
I know.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care, keep safe. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Gail. Bye.